Hello and welcome to my studio. I'm Noemi from Pigeon Art and today we are knitting. So I've got this yarn which is quite fine and I want to use quite thick needles, so hopefully we'll have like a nice holy look to it. What I want to do is I want to make a simple singlet with it. So I've also got a whole other ball of this, so if I shouldn't run out, I should be able to do what I want to do this time, unlike my last knitting project. I've got a few design ideas, I just have to decide which one I want to do. So the top one would be like a sort of a swooping neckline, I don't know what they're called, but I've got a few tops like that I like, so that's how I would do it, back and front. This one's more of a really just simple singlet, so that's how I would do the front and the back. And then this one's the other option, which I think is the easiest one. There's no getting rid of stitches and stuff, which is basically the same as my last knitting video. The same as the body part anyway, not the neckline. I'm gonna knit a little square with these needles and I'll just see how it looks because it might just be a little bit too big. So I'll be back once I've knitted the square and I'll let you know what the plan of attack is. This was the 10mm needles, which is a size US 15. And I've just decided I don't like that at all. It'll just feel like I'm wearing a net. So I went for the next size down, which I actually own, and that's 6.5mm. So, and that's much better. It'll take a lot longer, but at least this is something I'm more likely to wear. Down here is the garter stitch. Then I've got stocking stitch, and then I did some ribbing. And I think I'll just do like last time and I'll just rib for about this part and then just do stocking stitch all the way up. I just like the way, I've always liked the way stocking stitch looks, so I'll just stick to what I like. And I still haven't decided what shape I'll do, but I think that's something I'll decide as I go. I tried a different way of casting on and I just did not like it, so I'm back to my old way. So that's 90 stitches. I was hoping to do less, but it doesn't look like much, you know. So anyway, I've done 90. I'll do a few rows and that will give me a really good idea of whether that's enough or not. So I ended up undoing the casting on that I'd done and I ended up reducing it to 70 instead of 90. This is how much I've done of ribbing, so I'm going to start doing the stocking stitch now. So I'm being extra lazy because 9 o'clock at night and I want to go to bed, but I've been knitting away and I've done this much. Now what I've been doing, I've decided on the design. I've decided I want it to be the swoop neck one. So what I've had to do is from there, you can sort of see the holes. Here on that whole row, I added a stitch every 3 stitches and then I did that every 4 rows. So there's another row of it and another row of it. I'm going to start casting off. Alright, well, I'm going to keep doing that in my bed. I'll be back in a couple of days. Okay, so it's been a few days and I have knitted this much. It's getting to the height where it's sort of needing to go in a little bit, but doesn't need to be much. It just needs to go from this size to about the size of my shoulders here. I'm thinking I'll just sort of do every 4 or 2 rows, knit 2 together on each end. I think I'll do every 2 actually, because this will be the bit where it sort of needs to go in a lot. I've got 2 left on my needle here, so I'll do 2 together here. Okay, and then the next row is a pearl, so I'm not going to purl 2 together or anything like that. Just a normal row of pearl. Don't mind my red face, I've just been for a walk. So I've done the 2, that is the back, because it goes in at the top, and that is the front, because it goes out at the top, probably a little bit too much, but we'll see how we go. This will probably be the top that I'll be wearing it underneath it. Yeah, you need to have a top underneath it to wear it. You're gonna notice maybe that I made a big mistake there. It looks terrible. I tried to fix it, but anyway, hopefully when it's all bunched up you can't see it. I won't see it because it's on the back, so that's the important bit. While I'm sewing this, a few thoughts. So this took 1 week to make. 1 week, and that's with working, so it didn't take too long. I've started from both ends together, and I'm just going to do about this much. I had enough yarn for this one, and I also had a whole other ball which I'll probably use for a brioche scarf, 2 coloured brioche scarf, if I can find another yarn in my stash that is the same. Yeah, so advantages of big needles with small yarn, it takes a lot less time. Disadvantages is if you make a mistake, it is so obvious because the hole ends up being like huge. So I'm gonna do the same as this side over here, and then I'll be back to sew the sides, and then we'll see how we go. Interestingly enough, it's not as long as I thought it would be. I thought it would be at least as long as this shirt. That's alright. Yes, so I'll just sew up the sides. I have to apologise about the background noise. Not only are we having the traffic today, we're also having, there's a big block across the road from us, which was really nice just as a sort of empty paddock, but now they're building about, I don't know, 50 units in there, so it's going to be months and months of noise. I think that's alright. It kind of goes with the oversize of it. This neckline's just that little bit too swoopy, more swoopy than I was hoping for. So I think adding stitches less often would probably be the solution. So if I were to do it again, which I might still do it again, that's what I would do. But this is how you learn. This is what learning looks like. I wish it was less swoopy. Maybe I can do that. I think that might be what I'll do. I'll sew here and here, because otherwise I'm pretty happy with that. So this is the shoulder here. I'm just going to pick up the neckline here, that's really big, fold it over to maybe halfway, and then back, and I'm just going to add a pleat that way. So this is what it'll look like. Just going to top stitch it in from the inside to the outside, so it should be fairly neat. This is what it looks like. And I'll repeat the same thing on this other side. Consider it tidied up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it interesting. If you liked this video, feel free to hit the like button. I upload every Sunday with art, DIY, knitting, sewing videos. So I hope to see you then. Bye!